Again in Louisville athletics starts tonight with the women, so best of luck to everybody this weekend. I know we got cross country and football and volleyball and a lot of stuff going on, so busy weekend, but it's all good. So we're excited to get back out there. It seems like it's been a while since we played, even though it's only been about 4 days. But our guys are anxious to get back out there. I know when they turn on the TVs every night and they see all these games on, it makes them want to play even more. So starting tomorrow, we got 3 games in 7 days, so it's going to be a busy next 7 days for us. But we're anxious. It's going to be a different style of play this game than it has been the last couple games. Omaha likes to get up and down, fast-paced, try to score. We've had a big emphasis on last 5 or 10 seconds of the shot clock. The last couple games has been the most important, but with this team, it's going to be the first 10 or 15 seconds because they want to get up and down and they want to play fast. And so do we, obviously, but we want to do it in a controlled way. We don't want to get into a 100 to 95 type game. I mean, we still want to play defense and take good shots. But it's going to be a good test for us. And Omaha's going to come in here and they're not going to be intimidated whatsoever. I mean, the first 3 games are away from home, 2 of them on the road in very tough environments in Oklahoma and New Mexico. So they've played a tough schedule, and it's going to be a good test for us. But we're anxious to get back out there.
Would you rather play this many games in that length of time rather than practicing at this time of year? Would you rather be practicing? Or
no, I think our guys they want to start playing games. Some teams like Omaha, for example, has already played 3, and we've only played 1. So I think our guys are anxious. There's things we always got to work on in practice, so we need the practice time. But with that being said, when we get into conference play later in the year, I mean, we have a game, 2 or 3 days practice, a game, 2 or 3 days practice. So we need to get into that routine. But it's going to be, like I said, it's going to be a busy 7 days.
You have actual game tape now to look at, just one game, but what's this week's practice been like and what were you able to use to kind of teach off of?
We've had a good week of practice. A couple things the other night. I thought we really did a good job of taking open shots there in the first half. In the first even 25 minutes of the game, we just didn't make them. And that's going to happen. But I thought our defense for the most part was pretty good. Defensive rebounding I thought was a weakness that we needed to work on after watching. I thought there were a couple times where guys were what we call leaking out, where their shot goes up and then instead of coming back to rebound, they're trying to sneak out to get an easy one in transition. But we got to have all 5 guys rebound. But we did some good things I thought in the game. But just got to shore up a lot of things. But I'm sure if you asked any coach in the country right now, they're not going to say we're in March form yet. But a lot of things to work on, but a lot of things to be happy with.
You think you'll be less nervous, or it's good to get those nerves out for the first game, or?
It was good to I don't want to say get it over with, but just get it under my belt. I get nervous for every game. I was like that as a player. I was like that as an assistant coach. I just I get nervous for every single game. I just have been a big believer that if you're nervous, that means you're probably going to be better prepared, and it means you want to win and you want to do well. So. If I wasn't nervous for a game, I'd start to be a little worried. But, I'll definitely have nerves. But, I just want to see us play well. I want to see our guys come out and compete on the defensive end and, just play loose and relaxed and just hopefully, play well enough to try to go 2-0.
Do you want to do things to intentionally slow Omaha down, or will your defense just do that naturally?
I think they're 4th, right? Obviously, it's early, so it's a small sample size. But I think they're 4th in tempo right now. So obviously, they're getting up and down. It's going to be a much faster paced game than George Mason was the other day because of how they play. And, we want to play fast, but we can't buy into, just trading baskets in the first 10 seconds of the shot clock every time down. We need to make sure if we have a chance for a good shot, well, let's see if we can get a great shot. We need to try to limit them on their offensive end to challenging a shot and limiting them to 1 shot, and that way we can get out and go. But it's a different prep. But I think our guys have done a good job this week of getting ready for it, and we'll see what happens tomorrow night.
You showed up well when you were watching the tape for you guys.
Even though his stat line wasn't great, I thought Ray actually played well. He was very active on the defensive end, as he always is. He had a lot of deflections. We missed him quite a few times in the post where he had a guy sealed on his back in the lane and we just didn't get it to him. But, there was a play, and I told him the next day, I said, here's kind of what summed up your night, and you'll have more like this as a player. And I remember having him too. In the first half, he he posted up right in the middle of the lane. I think it was Dang threw it to him from the top of the key. He caught it with two hands, and as soon as he went to drop step to dunk it, he dunked it with two hands, but they called a foul on the ground. You know, it was just one of those nights where you couldn't get something to go your way. But, you know, he misses the dunk, missed a couple easy post moves around the rim, but he's going to be fine. You know, he was very active on defense, and he didn't let his offense affect his defense for the most part, so that was good to see.
What do you want to see from Vijay, or what have you seen this week to make you feel like he's got a little more confidence to him?
You know, the last couple of days of practice, he's been as good as I've seen him in a long time. He really has. He just, you know, I think he was pressing a little bit the other night, maybe, and you know, first game out, your first shot doesn't go in, now your second shot doesn't go in, now your third shot doesn't go in, all of a sudden you're pressing a little bit, and the rim seems really, really small. But he's been playing really loose, really confident. He's been practicing really hard the last couple of days, so, you know, hopefully he'll bounce back tomorrow and come out and, you know, have a good game. But it's just, you know, there were some first game jitters for some of these guys. I mean, you know, like I said, we were 1 for 10 in the first half, and I thought all 10 threes were really good looks. So, you know, it's hopefully maybe tomorrow we come out and we hit 2 or 3 or 4 in a row to start the game. I mean, it's hard to say, but as long as we take good shots, you know, over time we'll make them.
Is Ryan going to play tomorrow?
No, he's still out. I'm not. I wish I had a timeline, but you know, I don't want to give him one because that would be unfair to him. But we're kind of just waiting to see how he progresses. You know, it's just one of those injuries for whatever reason. It's just taking a while to heal. But you know, he's doing well mentally, and he's just anxious to get back out there. So you know, he's working hard to get to that point.
How important is it that I mean, you can think that they'll perform under pressure, but to have Darius and Jordan do what they did in the first, I mean, to know that in that situation now, you're going to have, I mean, you might have had some confidence, now you have a lot more to do.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it always helps, especially when you're a freshman, you come in, you make the first shot. That always helps. But, you know, the thing about Darius that I've been most impressed with the last couple of weeks is he's really taking pride and he's bought into being a good defensive player. I mean, he's really taking pride in it. He even talks about it in practice and stuff. And, you know, he's starting to not let mistakes get him down as much as he was earlier in the season. And I think that's where Greg's been invaluable to him, because Greg he's on him in practice. I mean, he's watching him very intently and talking to him a lot, and that's been really good for him. And, you know, those two guys, and the thing about Jordan, too, is even if he had missed his first shot, you know, he's not going to be a guy who is going to get tight by missing a couple. I mean, he's just going to keep shooting the ball. And, you know, I have to give him credit. When he first got here, he thought that he was just supposed to shoot it every time he caught it, no matter where he was on the floor. I mean, I know I've joked about it before, but he's come a long way in that regard. His challenge shots on a daily basis have gone down significantly, and I think he's starting to see you shoot a better percentage in practice when you take better shots, and so he's started to learn that. But, you know, I mean, tomorrow night it could be Malik, it could be someone like Dwayne come in who could give us a boost. I mean, it's going to be a game-by-game basis, but as long as they're all practicing well, you know, I'll have confidence putting them in the game.
Has Malik practiced well enough to maybe demand more minutes in a game?
He has. He's practiced extremely hard the last couple of days. He's playing physical. He's being active. He's rebounding. You know, him and Lance both, I have to give them credit. They've really been competing the last couple of days in practice, which has been good to see. And, you know, because sometimes you just worry when, you know, coming in as a freshman, you're used to playing the whole game in high school, and now all of a sudden you're getting very limited minutes, if any, and sometimes you can let that get you down. But these guys have responded. They've come in practice and said, obviously we got to earn our time in practice, and they've taken that message to heart.